looks like we are ready to get right into the action here on Mexico.
Okay, well, kicking things off here. So best of one is FlipSid versus SB, and FaZe is the first to fall. The key thing that I do want to point out, though, Emzin still rocking the sniper as well. Not sure, I don't think FaZe had it in his hands. However, he's the first to fall, and we're going to see FlipSid try and bite back here.
Yeah, I mean, he went straight aggressive over towards A site, didn't he? Instantly looking for the frag, so definitely had the AK. So no challenge. And that's not too surprising on the attack, actually, because you don't tend to see too many AKs on the attack. Seven trying to get a peek around. There's the underpass I was talking about. Dennis thought about going for it, but didn't want to fancy it. Instead, he's going to be going straight into the sights of Emzin. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not a good way to start. Good challenge, actually. 18 just got tagged up. I'm trying to look around where he is. You can see the camera guy is trying to find the action as well. There is 18 over on site. N9 getting a little peek across. So despite the fact FaZe went down early, I was about to say FlipSid taking things gently, but again, Snox goes down. They're challenging Emzin all the way, and that's not going to go your favor. Yeah,
look at the sight that Emzin has there, that long range of sight. You're not going to turn around and challenge that and come off better. Seven going for a bit of a cheeky one-shot there, but it's not going to go in his favor. It's now been flashed. I don't think he's going to be charged, but there we have 18 dropped to the nade of 7.
Must have been a damn good nade, because he was pretty high on health. That must have been pinpoint right on his noggin. Emzin tagged up as well. Dabiq going to get a little peek. He might find Creeds if he goes through that doorway. He's going to get a check. Dabiq's in a perfect position to pop out and get all 3 of them here. You can see he's got 18 in the background. N9, sorry, in the background. 18 was taken down. There is Dabiq, comes around the side, gets caught out by Dennis. Dennis gets a second, but Formy is there. 7, the last man standing. Gets a big tag on Formy. He's going to try and push him. Oh, and he got completely sold by the feint. Emzin comes to the rescue, and it will be Super Valiant with the first defensive round.
Right there, they had a great positional read by Dennis. He got the double kill out of it too, but in the end, they just sold it a little bit short. And I actually like how Super Valiant's playing this. They're not actually going for any sort of counter aggression. They're just playing very favorably towards just holding that water and holding very passively on A.
Triple nade there, you notice that in the opening, straight to underpass. So expecting maybe the rush coming out of FlipSid. Maybe that's a read they've had over in all those scrims that have been going on in China in the build-up to the CrossFire Pro League. But as it stands here, Dabiq, the man that's been chosen to hold off the underpass.
Emzin again with those line of sights. You just don't want to cross and give him the opportunity to get that first pick. But Dennis, a player, which actually was one of the things that I was going to talk about previously. He had such a fantastic first series against ESC. See if he'll be able to replicate that. At the moment, though, with 90 seconds left on the clock, we're going to see N9 still defending that A site. And again, a bit of a slow push here. You know, it's methodical, slow, and trying to find their way through here.
Yeah, the changes is FaZe is also picking up that sniper rifle, so they're going looking for the picks this time around. Obviously, Emzin did pick them apart a couple of times, so they want to get an opening this time rather than trying to go for those early pressure. You can see the mid being covered off quite well. Seven's going to find himself one, and he pops around. Okay, nice work there. This time, FlipSid going for the double peek, swinging out wide, working perfectly for them. 18 did very well to actually get himself a quick trade in that one. So, 55 seconds on the clock. 4 on 4, still looking to push, and actually going for the rotate again.
Just seems like they can't decide, but there is one player, a bit of a lonesome player over to that A site. I think that's Dennis, actually. However, Emzin still looking down those sites. A 4v4 right now, but a couple of players have been tagged. You can see from SB, 30 seconds left to go. A trade to go down. Formy and Snox are going to pick up kills. A grenade doesn't connect, and now N9 answering back. Dabiq is all SB as it's all down to FaZe in a 1v2.
Oh, he's got one either side of him, hasn't he? He comes with a deagle, has to switch, needs the reload. Only one bullet left. They're not going to pincer him in. Nice. N9 takes him down. Brilliantly played by Super Valiant there. Switching positions, switching flanks, keeping him guessing the whole time.
Yeah, and a great read there from Emzin, knowing that his teammate was close enough for that rotation. He was just patiently waiting for 9 to get there so they could both go in on the retake together. But unfortunately, FlipSid, they're just cutting things too close, and when it comes down to those close quarter situations, Super Valiant is the team that can really abuse them there.
Again, we're going to see a lot of frags being popped straight away. Smokes as well going down. FaZe and Emzin still rocking that sniper. The orb in hand. And we're going to see FlipSid again. You know, they're sticking together over on this left-hand side, this A push. You know, but this not necessarily saying that they're gonna commit to A. They do like the rotation, trying to get that line of sight, but it's Emzin. You can see the number 4 when the minimap is pulled up. Putting shots through the smoke, not connected just yet, but Dennis has taken damage. Dabiqu's gonna be answering, and he picks off one and he gets away with it as well.
Yeah, in and out, just a little peek. We saw, of course, when FlipSid were defending, they were much higher position, pushed up into that cross position where Dabiq just peeked around to. Little peek there. FaZe still with that scope, needs to get an opening here to try and make something work. They've just running the clock down. And this is FlipSid almost switching to their old style, just looking for those picks.
Yeah, they're just trying to find an opening right now, but I'm actually surprised with how patient Super Valiant's been playing. I mean, I didn't expect this out of them at all. I thought they were going to go for the burst aggressive plays, maybe throw a lot of early flanks as well, but they seem to have caught on very quickly to how FlipSid is trying to play this. FlipSid, they're just trying to go for these early 1v1s, and finally FaZe picks one up, but still, it's going to be a difficult round ahead, but things are looking favorable.
Yeah, FaZe and Dennis combining there, and Dabiq and N9 do exactly the same, 2 back-to-back, make it 3 there for the SV squad. But now Creeds gets among the action, but he's going to get a lot more if he needs to take this round with 35 seconds coming up here. He's got N9 and Formy, and look at them, doubling up, pushing as a pair. 30 seconds left to go. This is a big, big round here. SV could go 3-0 up.
Yeah, Creeds, the young, new player, could find them. Got to be careful he doesn't give his positions away. Finds one headshot. Now, is he going to be expecting the second one to be around the corner? N9's going to come around quickly and challenge him. Absolutely didn't expect them to be close together. And Creed's just trying to get that bomb plant down instead.
There we have another 2v1 going the way of Super Valiant, and it just seems like the trades are always going just one away from FlipSid so far. They get an advantage, but still, there's always Super Valiant there to win those 2v3 situations over and over again.
It's the story of the World Finals all over again, isn't it? Got to make sure they don't slip into that pattern. They haven't lost someone early, which is a good start for them. Of course, Dabiq popped out, got himself the frag last round. M's in the round before, so they do start off in a 5-on-5 this time around.
One thing I will say as well with FlipSid is they've started to, whether it's, push one side, they've started to get those initial picks as well, but we see them being answered back by SV. So the likes of Dabiq and N9 on the previous round doing so. For me, if FlipSid can get that first pick, they can, wear that time down and push out a 3v2. They can close some of these rounds out, but they've chosen this side. Don't forget that. Now Dabiq getting amongst the action. He's going to find one. That's a headshot. He's going to back away, and this is what I talk about. He's not being traded. Can he find the second? No. FaZe does finally trade.
With the Deagle as well. You got a bit lucky there. Dabiq's aim was swinging out. It's one of those awkward moments when your mouse, you just can't quite rail it back into position. N9 going to try and go for the flank, though, so they know they don't really have the position. As FlipSid try to make things work. And again, they're almost trying to... Oh, we just missed the duel there. Formy going down to Snox. 7 getting picked off, and then again another duel. Snox gets Emzin down. Snox gets a third. Snox is getting all the kills, and we're not watching it, but now we're going to get the bomb plant down, and suddenly we see the big 2-on-1 in favor of FlipSid. N9 all alone to try and retake the site. This time he doesn't have a bag of tricks with him, and surely FaZe going to go for the challenge. They try for the double challenge, and oh my word, it nearly went in his favor. Snox finally switches from the AK to the Deagle, and FlipSid pick up their first round.
That would have been a huge round to lose. I thought for a split second it was going to happen. The cover of course, those crates coming in was nearly enough for SV to pick up round number 4, but not going to happen. This is maybe the difference between FlipSid and Penta. First round on the board. Can they make it 2, though?
I think back to those finals, and I think of FlipSid after sub-base, after the overtime rounds, and they was just like, oh, the crowd gave this away, the crowd gave it the other way. There was a lot of excuses coming out, but deep down they knew that they'd missed their chance. Maybe just now they're thinking, okay, this is a time to right that wrong. Chance to get ourselves back into it. As of yet, they've got themselves at least that first round on the board. That's got to give them that confidence after losing out those 2 close rounds. Creed's the new boy. Starting to perform at least, keeping up with the rest of his teammates, who's just as much as you can hope for. But N9's the man that's leading the frag charts at the moment. 7 kills for him. It's been holding on that A site so strongly. And perhaps that's why we're starting to see FlipSid starting to hit B more often.
Yeah, right now I think they're going to be focusing on continuing to try and isolate these players, but just as I say that, you're going to have Dalvik going crazy in mid.
Well, a quick triple for him. N9 does go down, but Dalvik, the beast, is still alive, and 18 in the end gets the frag. 4-1, Phil. This is starting to slowly slip away from them.
Yeah, this is the problem when, you know, when I first initially thought FlipSid had, obviously, the side that they do, I thought, you know, it's not good news. We're going to see a largely built by Super Valiant, and that is where, you know, you flip sides and you go onto, you know, the less prevalent one, and they can just, you know, bag a couple. They need to stop the bleeding right now. FlipSid need to get, you know, their second, third round on the side that they are, but it's going to be difficult. We've already seen Snox7, Dennis take damage. I think that was from a frag early on. Snox is taking some more, however, answering back to get a 2K himself. For me, and N9 go down.
There's one of those awkward moments where he's flashed up, trying to pull back into the corner, his teammates blocking him. He's just like, I'm just hanging in the wind here, guys. Do you mind giving me some cover? FlipSid, 4-1 down, but they had a man advantage. They still do. FaZe finally closes it down. Now Dabiku in a 3-on-1. Surely this can't go his way. He got himself a triple kill a moment ago. He's got the bomb with him. They're going to flash up, trying to push him, and they will take him down. Creed gets the kill. It's 4-2, FlipSid. Good round from them there. Snox really did very well.
Yeah, Snox continuing to be that entry fragger that FlipSid have needed throughout this matchup, and I think if he can continue that forward, just finding those first 1 or 2 opening picks round to round, they could actually work their way back into this one. And keep in mind, it is a global risk-sided map, so 2-4 is definitely not a bad scoreline to have so far going into it.
Looking, a little lucky there for 18. FaZe going to be too happy when he watches the replay of that one. Dennis getting taken down by Emzin though, and once again we're seeing it slide away from FlipSid, just as they were looking good. Emzin strikes, gets a quick triple. Creed though with a double to try and level things out, but in a 1v5 situation it was never going to go his way. 5-2 to Super Valiant.
Yeah, that was a big play by Emzin. He really came into his own there in the middle with that up. He found 2 big kills, and that third one kind of put the nail in the coffin for that round. And it's got to be 5-2 to the squad now. And FlipSid, again, it's never a positive to go into any side, you know, down, but they can bag maybe a third or fourth. See whether they can do so here, but FaZe is going to trade out. That's going to be a 1-for-1, and now left in a 4v4. But maybe a hole has been punched.
Snox has been so good on those openings, he needs to do it again and again and again. FaZe taken down. It's going to cause some problems. Creed's looking to try and get a flank. 7 trying to draw somebody out. We were talking about Super Valiant, how aggressive they've been. They have been very, very defensive and disciplined throughout this game, not wandering from positions, keeping 2 on the site. Dabiku once again, that pivotal man in the middle, doing so well for them. 9 and 6 at the moment. For me, keeping his eye, making sure Creeds doesn't sneak on through. And Snox, he's the man to watch. He's the man that's going to try and open things up. 7's going to rotate with the bomb, while the rest of his team set themselves up. Using the clock to his advantage here, Kyle. 1 minute to go. The play looks like it's going to be bursting into A side. There's going to be a B. They're stacking up.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for sort of a late push here out from Waters. They can go either A or B from here. It's really going to come down to where they get the initial pick. If they do, it could be a quick response, though, from Super Valiant. They've got 3 set to rotate here very quickly.
That flash so perfectly timed. Emzin, the second they come around the corner, they get themselves 1 there, so Snox replies. N9 through the doors, got to be careful, he's low on bullets, switches to the Deagle. Creeds comes through, will take him down, and now it's a 1-on-1. Emzin, the veteran. Is he going to keep that scope alive? Creeds delicately passes through that doorway. You knew Emzin was absolutely trained on him. Doesn't worry that he realizes he's already passed, but the bomb will go down. And now we're down to the real duel. Creed's the new man up against Emzin, the legend of CrossFire. So many years, veteran experience. And you know that a veteran experience will pay off. He will get the defuse, and it's 6-2 for Super Valiant.
It really did show there, and you could see, I mean, even with the cover that Creed's had, Emzin, he said no, picks up his 7th of the side there, and picked up an AK along the way to help him out. 6-2. as we go into round number 9 here, and we see a little bit of a quicker push.
It's got to be a nervy situation, though, really. I mean, you quickly press tab, be like, okay, who am I up against? Oh. Oh no, it's Emzin. Not the best, but anyway.
Nervous to say the least.
Yeah,
I'd be petrified to go up against the likes of Emzin, especially from what he's doing in this map in particular.
Just enough mental edge to buy you that extra millisecond on the click of the mouse. 18 setting up. I mean, FlipSid are not doing anything wrong here. They're certainly playing it well, but they're just coming up against such a solid defense right now from Super Valiant, and the retakes have been so strong.
Yeah, and right now, I'd actually like to see Seven step it up. Normally in the past, he's been someone who can also make entries similar to what we've seen from Snox, but he's just been constantly that first player to get picked off. It always seems to be there's that one player they target and isolate earlier, but this time around, he does step it up, grab the early double kill.
He's like, call me out, will you? I'll get a double to push on through. WQ finally dealt with. He got himself a quick double. It's Carnage over on A side in FaZe. Well, keep your money on him, maybe. He's in a very awkward position. Emzin's got him trained in, knows exactly where he is. Formy gets the peek. Now he's pinned himself in the corner. Gets a little tack on towards Formy. He's running out of bullets. He knows he's going to have to switch to the Deagle in a moment. Goes for the reload. Almost as if I prompted it. 58 seconds, so plenty of time to keep this duel going. Oh, he gets tagged up heavily, and that's going to be the damage that was done there. Emzin, big hit on FaZe there. And they were so expertly done. They were both double peeking at the same time. That's exactly how you want to do it. And it was just perfect teamwork.
FaZe, I want to say he played that the best he could. He was bobbing, weaving, tagging him up. But again, it's not even a one-on-one anymore against Emzin. He's got his buddy right alongside him. And like you said, trading to perfection there, as we do see FlipSid and Super Valiant go off here in and we'll win a bracket final. It's a best of 1. It is on Mexico. When I saw this, it was not good news. The FlipSid, however, as we do change things up, it is 7-2 at the half.
All right, I want to see the positions that FlipSid are going to use here. Vice used to be over on A side. I kept calling it B side in the opening show, but it was A side where Vice used to live. I want to see whether Creeds has done it. Okay, look at their positions. They've done exactly like they used to. They've gone aggressive, and you can see the pushed up position. It's both Dennis and FaZe, I believe, that's stacked up there. Emzin, look at this, he's absolutely ready for it. It's like, you did this in December. I know what you're doing, and Emzin lines up perfectly.
Yeah, just great reads coming out from Emzin. He knew exactly how they were going to play it there, but now it's going to be up to FlipSid to adapt to that knowledge. They've got to know the positions are compromised here.
Get him eventually. It's like, I think they used 2 clips to take him down. It's like, you're hiding behind that box. We're not going to allow you to get away with it. Do they think that 18 has moved up to that position? No, Snox is still there. Shots come through. Now he gets the double tap up, and FaZe will find him. Headshot just straight down the mid there, perfectly lined up. WQ pushes around. He goes aggressive, runs into the grinder. Formy and FaZe get themselves a quick kill, back trading back and forward, and N9 finds himself in a 2-on-1. Make it a 1-on-1 as he pushes through, and 7 will catch him in the back there, FaZe saving FaZe's bacon. And that's exactly the start they needed in the defensive side, 7-3.
Yeah, that was really well played there from FlipSid, and even though it was Snox and Dennis kind of pushing up, just doing the standard kind of play for them, it didn't work, but the way that they kind of countered that, the way they adapted so quickly, it was really good to see, and we're going to see Dennis and Snox really kind of partner up here on this side. But will it pay off time and time again? Will they get back into the game?
So Creeds has done a straight swap with Vice, straight in the same position. Now, how's he going to deal with it? Does he realize Emzin just dropped into his hole there? I think he does. He's going to try and get a little peek around. He's not going to be able to catch it back. Look at him, though. FaZe knows exactly where he is, though, holding that angle. Are they going to try and nade him out? Emzin's already tagged up FaZe pretty heavily, causing a right problem. He will get pushed down. His teammate tries to push out. Really nicely played, though, by FlipSid. They smoked the corner, so he had no support.
See Dennis as well, wanting to support his team, but he's not going to be able to as he falls. So does Snox. The same happens again, but will he be able to bounce back as Formy joins this all up to... In fact, no, there's 2v2. I see WQ left on a slither of health there. But FlipSid, they could find round number 4 here.
Well, the question is, where's the bomb? I think it's loose in A site, which is why they have to push in. They could easily go for the rotate to beat. They know it's free, but they're just going to push on through. Formy gets taken down. Now, WQ is low. It's Creeds this time against WQ. WQ, the man of experience. He's just picked up 2 frags in this round. They're going to come straight in his... Did he just catch a glimpse of the gun? Surely caught a glimpse of it around the corner. He's gone wide open. That was dangerous. Now he saw him. 100% Creed saw him there. How are they going to play it? Is he going to think, is he going around the world? Am I going to rotate? Creed has almost put himself in a tricky situation as Dabiq creeps in. Now Dabiq is going to be looking, did he spot Dabiq make that back away? He did. Creed saw that, went for the shot, doesn't manage to land it, goes for the open trade and finds it. The new man picks up a big important round from there. That would have took it to 8-4, but instead it's 7-4, sorry, 8-3 would have took it to, and took them 2 rounds from match point. But a big play there for the new boy.
And this is exactly what I wanted to see from FlipSid going into the global risk half. It's always the more dominant half, and so far they're on a 2-0 lead for the half. They're trying to make it happen, but 9. A nice headshot coming out of water there.
Yeah, and that's just to open the map completely. FlipSid, it's going to be a very tricky defensive round for them. You see them going to challenge out. Dennis gets 1, Dennis gets 2, but he gets picked off. He's done his job, though. Makes it a 2-on-3. Creed's, well, we know where he is, over on A side. He's been covering that point very well. Snox has managed to come and join him. Snox is going to swing around. Oh, just caught off. He was expecting the cover from Creed's, but Creed's couldn't find it. And for me, the veteran, just showing him exactly how it's done. Creed tries to push out, goes to go gung-ho. The aggression countered straight away. Big round from Formy there.
I was really smartly played there as well towards the end by SV. They didn't kind of jump out and challenge unnecessarily. They stuck as a team, they pushed out, and even a couple of them had taken damage. They knew they had to do that. Creed's, though, left in a very difficult position. He seems to be the last one alive now, back-to-back, so whether that will become a thing as he will go back to that A-bomb site. We do see the score at 8-4 now. SV 2 rounds away.
And right now they're in a much more passive setup as well. If you look at FlipSid, they've actually given up control of mid over to the guys on SV. So I'm interested to see how this will work out. They're taking the more passive approach like we saw SV do against them. And I think this actually could play to their favor, not risking those early peaks.
Well, N9 piling forward, of course. It was FaZe going down early that did open the map completely. He's under pressure at the moment as they pile the nades in. They try and push the position. Dennis finds himself one, but it's traded back and forward. Dabiq once again gets a quick double, but 7 is there with a triple, and Emzin is suddenly the last man standing. Creeds pops out, takes him down, gets revenge. It's 8-5. Game is definitely on right now. FlipSid starting to stack the rounds up.
Back-to-back rounds now here for the boys of FlipSid, and surpasses my prediction for sure, but can they do even better? Can they go on to not only tie this up, but even push it for that victory? We're going to see it all stacked up over at A, and it just seems like FlipSid know exactly the way that SV are playing. It's just whether they can win those one-on-one gunfights. Can they trade out better? Can they utilize their squad? 2 minutes left to go here. This, for me, is a crucial round.
Emzin's been struggling to get his openings. You can see he's been the man that's going to try and go towards this A side, but Cretus definitely going to be coming out on top. He swings around and finds Snox, so replied by Dennis. It's back and forth as they rush in towards A side. 18 manages to take down Dennis. That leaves 7 all alone. Deagle action from 18. He had a massive round there. Quick triple. That was his first 3 frags of the game.
Yeah, and it's really a situation there where I felt like FlipSid, they almost got themselves in just bad positions to hold that push down onto A ramp. They just weren't prepared to hold there, and that eventually led to their downfall. They had so many great opportunities to win that round. I mean, they almost had the numbers advantage as well until Emzin was able to sort of draw their attention the opposite way so they could sneak in.
Match point here. Emzin working his way in towards A site. Will get one. FaZe trades him. You could see it on the mini-map that it was happening, and it takes it down to a 4-on-4 here, Phil, as they try and cover off the position.
Yeah, and you can see FaZe in a bit of a tricky situation, but he's going to find 4 me, and his teammates are going to find a couple as well. It leaves a 9 and a 1 versus 3 here, and a potential for FlipSid to push them back.
This is the first time FlipSid have actually been able to respond to that midpoint through the underpass being lost. You saw FaZe go down. The second you see FaZe going down, generally it is that point going down. That can be pivotal. It obviously opens up A and B side. They can push whichever way they like. But this time Snox was ready and waiting. So N9 on the rotate, going around the world. Now, collects the bomb, backs away. And you can see there, 3 members of FlipSid left. They've stacked out on A side. So clever tactic, technically, because they're sticking together as a team. They're not taking it to a one-on-one sitting on B side. The second this bomb plant comes in, they can rotate as a team. The question is how they do it.
Yeah, right now they definitely need to put themselves in a situation where they don't try to challenge one by one when they go for the retake here, but 9, he's going to try and put himself in a position where they almost have to, and it's really just going to come down to them making sure they use all the utility they can. They have that flash on Snox and Dennis to use, and they really just need to use that to their advantage here.
Really nice positioning. He was looking for the backstab, but now he's actually made it awkward because they've all 3 of them gone around the back. He tries to find FaZe, can't get him through the smoke. Defuse coming in from Dennis as well, and it will work out beautifully. So, they stave of execution briefly for FlipSid. We're still on match point here by Super Valiant though, but it's 9-6. Definitely getting closer.
It is time is going on, and we're seeing FlipSid claw their way back into this. And 1 or 2 more rounds, we're going to see things get a little bit nervy for SV. Don't forget exactly who these squad or who these players are in this squad. They can turn around and dominate, but this time FaZe is going to take N9. That's a brilliant start here for FlipSid.
That's the dual underpass. N9 has been winning out so many times, been hitting that instant headshot on FaZe, and FaZe got to be happy with that one. Immediately sets everybody's defensive posture down, and you can see FaZe makes that little rotation round, takes DabaQ down. Now, Emzin did manage to come out on top in that duel. They double-peaked him, and it does give them the B site. Bomb plant going to go down here in a 4-on-3. This is a really tricky retake now for FlipSid.
And I really like how FlipSid, they actually could have challenged here from outer waters, but they both crouched behind the boxes and they're waiting for the full rotation because they know they have that 4-on-3 advantage for the retake. And now it's all going to come down to making sure they win the trades.
Well, trades is what it's all about. You've got the numbers. You can see here for me, holding on, waiting for that first engagement. Flashes are going to come in. This is going to be difficult for them. Creed, Snox, 7, all pushing forward. They've got the squad, but it looks like SB have read this. Can they read it one better, though? That's going to be a trade. We've talked about it time and time again. Down to Emzin. He picks up a double. Just one left alive.
Oh!
And that is the man, the myth, the legend. He puts round number 10 on the board, and my goodness, what a way to take the map.
A 1-on-3, and the flashes were perfect from FlipSid. Everybody flashed up, they took it excellently. Everything worked in their favor. Emzin was the first flashed up, just hooked behind the box, and then he pops out and they line up for him. Gets a quick double, flips over to the left, gets himself another. Fantastic, and well, you know, just proves why we're singing his praises all the damn time. So well played, but you got to give credit to FlipSid. They got a decent amount of rounds on the board. I think he surpassed both of our expectations. I think he got your score, wasn't it? 10-7 at the end there. Or was it 10-6?
I think it finished
10-6. So just a little short, but definitely an improvement on December. Clearly shows that obviously their experience over in China has been working out for him. And if you think about it,